Everyone. My name is Eldrick Wega, and I am a developer productivity and platform engineering specialist here at Microsoft. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to the powerful combination of GitHub Copilot and Playwright for end-to-end testing. Let's jump into what these tools are and how you can use AI to effectively write end-to-end unit tests. Starting with GitHub Copilot. What is it? If you're not familiar, Copilot is an AI assistant that works with you to propose code fixes, write unit tests, implement new functionality, and even deploy to the cloud, with so many more capabilities available to you. It's a powerful companion in your day-to-day development. And although GitHub Copilot lives with you where you work in your IDE of choice, so Visual Studio Code, for example, or IntelliJ, it does not stop there. Copilot is with you through the entire software delivery lifecycle and can help you review code, autofix security vulnerabilities, and even work on feature requests and bug tickets, all from the GitHub platform. Playwright, on the other hand, is an open source testing framework. It provides reliable end-to-end testing of modern web applications. So think your web apps that you have hosted in the cloud. Playwright supports any browser, any platform, and provides one API for full isolation and fast execution. What makes it unique as a framework for testing? Playwright Playwright solves the problem of running end-to-end tests in parallel, specifically. So you can run hundreds or even thousands of tests easily without having to wait. Let's see how it works. As a developer or QA engineer, I can run Playwright either from my editor or local machine or from a CI pipeline as part of a check. Playwright can execute on my local machine and parallelizes the work across workers, which can be any number, but I can host these workers in the cloud in case I have many of them so that I don't have to slow down my local machine while testing. Let's check out a demo and see how Copilot can help us write and test our application with Playwright. Awesome. So I have my VS Code open here, and you can see that there are a few things happening on the screen. First, on the left, I have my application directory, and you can see that in my front end, I actually have my Playwright framework sort of set up. I have my configuration files to allow for Playwright to run tests both locally and in the cloud. And I even have some existing tests, just some basic ones. Next, on the right, you can see that I have my GitHub Copilot that is ready in agent mode for work and executing these tests that I'm about to write. And finally, in my terminal, I'm actually running my application locally. So just for you to see what that looks like, I have my application here. Welcome to Octocat Supply, where we sell cat products powered by AI. So the testing functionality I want to add is specifically around the search functionality. I want to make sure that the search works across different browsers. So what we'll do is we'll move this browser to the side. We'll stop running our application, and we'll ask Copilot to help run these tests. I'm going to run Copilot in agent mode, which allows it to have control over not only my directory, but also my terminal so that it can run these tests. And agent mode can also interact with external services and tools, such as Playwright. I'll also use the Gemini model, which is currently in preview, which I particularly like using for running tests. Finally, if I look at my prompt really quick, you can see that I've asked Copilot to help me add some Playwright tests for the product search functionality, and I've asked it to run these tests once completed to make sure they work. Let's talk a little bit more about the prompt while Copilot is thinking. So First off, you can see that I've invoked a specific tool. This is a tool called Generate Playwright Tests, which is part of the Playwright MCP server. And this MCP server allows Copilot in agent mode, as described, to extend to other pieces of software, such as Playwright in this example. You can also extend to, for example, Docker or Azure. These are just simple examples. Now you can see that Copilot is starting to get the hang of my application and understand it. And it's asking me if it should continue. I'll tell it yes, navigate, and then implement tests as asked. Then please make sure they work running in Azure. So Copilot is going to continue with my approval. And you can see that it will interact directly with the browser. There you go. This is done directly by Copilot, not by myself. And after getting an understanding of how my browser interactions should work, Copilot is now ready, as it says here, to create these testing files. Copilot says, now I will proceed with generating the Playwright test for the product search after it has navigated to the products page. I can keep the test that Copilot has, and then I can let Copilot run commands in the terminal. If Copilot ever runs into an issue in the terminal, it will try and detect what that issue is and fix it. In this case, it says it seems there was an issue with the path, so we'll correct the path and try running the tests. The path has been corrected, and now the tests are running correctly in the cloud. Perfect. So this is where Microsoft Playwright comes into play, right? Playwright is running these tests in parallel in the cloud, and I only have 12, so I could have run these locally, but imagine if I had 100, 50, or 200 tests. Running them on my machine would not be practical, and that's where the cloud can help. So we'll give Playwright some time to run these tests, and we'll come back and revisit in a second. Awesome. You can see that the tests have correctly run in Microsoft Playwright in my cloud, and Copilot has helped me implement them really fast. The tests were executed successfully in the Azure Playwright service. You can view the test report at the URL provided in the terminal output. Let's check our terminal output and see our test results. Awesome. This is looking good. As mentioned, Microsoft Playwright in the cloud is ready to test across different browsers in parallel. This service is currently in preview, so it is free to use up to a certain amount. And you can see my past history of tests if I would like to take a look at them. These look great. Now that my tests have passed, I can close down my browser and push them up to GitHub. Amazing. Thank you for your time, and we hope that this has been able to demonstrate how Copilot can work with Playwright. Have a great day.